Welcome, welcome, welcome to yet another episode of Blocks and Barriers with me, Tracy, the health coach. Today, I am so honored to have a very inspiring guest, truly inspiring guest. We have Khadija Zegdi. Khadija is a British Moroccan author, keynote speaker, and a tireless advocate for diversity and inclusion. As a UN Women UK delegate and IWD Inspirational Leader 2020, Khadija has become a powerful advocate and has made a significant impact in empowering women and promoting personal growth, motivating women globally to embrace their unique talents and thrive. Her book, Muslim Women in Western Society, My Journey to Self-Confidence, has touched lives globally, and her dynamic talks have sparked meaningful change in leadership, diversity, and self-development. Khadija's passion for promoting inclusion in workplaces and society has made her a respected voice in the industry. It is therefore such a pleasure to welcome her to the show. Khadija, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for the invite, and yeah, it will be a pleasure being with you.
You are so welcome. So, Khadija, you grew up in Morocco. Tell us a bit about your childhood and growing up in Morocco. What was it like?
Oh, well, as you know, Morocco is a very welcoming country and warm weather, lovely food. We like, having it's a multicultural country as well. So, because we have a lot of tourists, we grew up with a lot of diverse society, which make it a good place for diversity and inclusion. My childhood was as a normal kid playing. At least no phones, no tablet, no technology. So we made most of it playing with each other, growing up normal with parents. It was, to be honest, I enjoyed each moment while I was a child, and I can see the difference between childhood that time and childhood this time. A huge difference.
Yeah. And so, what motivated you to move to the UK?
So it's my husband. He lives in here. So when we met in Morocco, he already established his business here. So he's a Moroccan as well. So he lives here. He has his own business and everything. But when we got married, I had to leave Morocco and come to the UK and live here.
Yeah. And what are some things that you didn't know that you wish maybe someone would have told you about coming to the UK?
Well, that's a really good question. A lot of things, to be honest. It's first prepare the language. So, as we know, Morocco is English is our fourth language. So we speak Arabic, Berber, and French. So that time I know English, but we in Morocco we have American English, not British English. So when I came here to the UK, it was really hard to that transition and to be a smooth transition. Second things is integration. Will be good if we have somebody talking about that process of to integrate, how get involved within the society, contributes positively to the society. That two good things, if I knew them, will save me a lot of hassle, will save me a lot of stress and depression.
Yeah. And so if you think of the challenges you faced in Morocco on one hand and the challenges you faced in the UK, which one I can already maybe tell just by your last statement, which country brought the hardest challenges?
It's UK.
Yeah.
UK because it took from my mental health a lot.
Yeah. And so how do you think, or looking back, what do you think helped you to overcome these challenges of integration and even the depression?
First of all, it was support of my husband. That's why always having support of the loved one is imminent to any woman moving from a country to another one. Second things is faith on yourself. So if you lose it, you lose the whole world. So when you trust yourself, everything can be achievable. And say a third and last thing I can say, give judge to people. We don't judge. We don't judge the book by its cover. Give judge to people to talk to know you more before you can judge them.
Yeah, exactly. And so how do these personal struggles, example like your depression that you experience when you move, how do these struggles, even identity or self-worth, how can they impact our health? You've already given us a clue. It can make you depression. Yeah.
Yes, to be honest, lot, because I faced depression and anxiety and panic attacks when I was working in the corporate. So I faced racism within at workplace, which is really unexpected because it was a big firm. It was a multicultural firm, but I faced racism there. It affected my mental health. I was crying. I was lack of confidence of myself. It affected people around me, my husband, my daughter. If I'm sad, it will definitely make them sad as well. If there is event, I don't go to event because I don't have the moral to go to the event. I don't feel energy, so it destroyed your energy, destroyed your health, destroyed your faith. Sometimes you lose your self confidence. So each woman, when she's impacted by depression, anxiety, that's automatically impacts each aspect of her life.
Yeah. And so what are some steps that women maybe don't do that can help them to build their confidence and build them from or help them through depression?
So listen to themselves, because sometimes the little man inside ourselves destroys us more than people around us. So if whenever whenever you are in a quiet place, because this is when the little man kick off,
Yeah.
So it starts when it starts saying no. Normally you don't deserve that, but probably because you don't have the skills, you don't do this, don't do that. You need to change the position. Like Mel Robbins said, 5 second rules: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move, do something else. Go to the gym, go for a walk, talk to a neighbor. Even they like you, they don't like you, it doesn't matter. You feel, you welcome them to your space, and I'm sure they will welcome you back. Do some cooking. Just keep yourself busy in a good way where you don't impact your mental health.
And so you're an advocate for for women to embrace their unique strengths.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you come to discover your own unique strengths?
That's a good one. To be honest, like you say, strength is within, and it comes when I just end up crying, end up losing myself. It's just this is probably fate as well. This is not you. Why are you going down to the rabbit hole? So you need to do something. And I trusted that I have to do something. I don't know what exactly. I know just that I need to do something. So then I just start reading, reading to motivational, reading motivational books, listening to motivational podcasts. Do something impactful to your family, to your neighbors, to your community. It feels different. Even you're not getting paid for it. It feels powerful. It gives you goosebumps. That's something, here you go. This is what you're doing. This is what you're meant to do. And carry on doing it. And money will follow.
And so in writing the book, I imagine you discovered not only a new strength, but a new skill. So what inspired you?
Definitely. Who said that I'm going to be writing a book and in English as well? So
exactly, yeah.
Fourth language.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it was like a therapy for me. Not keeping it to myself, because I know other people, other women are facing the same things. So what I'm doing, I was just taking it out from my heart, writing it down. And my husband said, when you wrote it down, might as well share it with the world. It can resonate with them. And this is what I've done. And that book changed my life totally, to be honest.
Amazing. And so maybe what's one thing or a few things, how has it changed your life?
Once I published that book, to be honest, and I start talking about my experience on social media, sharing it with people, a load of women get in touch with me. on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. They said we're facing the same things. How can we do? Or we're gonna move to France. How can we do? We're gonna move to Belgium. How can we do? So I'm trying to help as much as I can. Then it got me to radios, to TV shows in UK, US, Middle East. It's just something that I didn't expect. Speaking event where we met as well. So
Yes.
totally changed my life. And
Yes.
it feels that you're talking about something that empowers you and empower other people. You do something that fuel me and bring positive energy and vibes to other women. It's this is what I meant to do.
Yeah. And so sometimes when we're going through difficult challenges, you've gone through depression, you're working in a company that is supposed to be multicultural, but you're experiencing discrimination. When you're going through such difficult times, what is your advice for women to say, okay, you may go through that experience, but there's another side where you discover your strength, you discover you're a writer in English, you're impacting so many women to show them that your difficult point does not mean you have difficulty forever. It can even bring something you never imagined.
I believe always that difficulties is the turning point of your life. Facing difficulties because you meant to do something even bigger. So each one of us, you believe in God or you don't believe in God, you're here for a reason. You need to face difficulties to prepare yourself mentally, physically through those difficulties to be able to deliver what you meant to be delivering in this earth. So going through difficulties, it's not going last forever for sure. So it's a winter, but spring is coming. So and make most of it, learn, because you're gonna learn a lot through the difficulties than just reading it on a book, than just hearing about it. So that's why nothing lasts forever. Make most of it. Make the important things. Keep your mental health safe, because this is what you can be able to carry a lot of stuff in the future and just discover your new life.
Yeah. And so a lot of people may want to write a book, but what is the reality about writing a book from the idea to writing to publishing to getting it out to the readers?
Well, there is two ways, to be honest. There is first one, you go to a publisher and they walk you through the process and you pay a lot of money for it and done. Second things, you do it yourself, which is, of course, there's a lot of resources in Google, a lot of resources in YouTube. Now AI as well can help you. You can just start, give the idea, elaborate on it, and of course, don't do it AI 100%. Use AI in a good way, but don't make it a robotic. We want to feel the humanity on the
Yes.
writing. And then you just self-publish it.
Amazing.
And share it with the world. Even you can just print it from a printer with a good cover, and then you just share it with people, a loved one or neighbors or friends. They can give you advice before you even invest on something bigger.
Yeah. And so the title is Muslim Women in Western Society. So what are some of the biggest misconceptions that the world may have about Muslim women that you'd like them to see
Yeah,
in a different way? Yeah.
lot. And the most thing is sometimes they see a woman wearing a scarf that she's covering her head means she's ignorant as well, which is totally wrong. And that's we cannot operate the same way that someone without a scarf or with heels or this or makeup can operate. No, we have boundaries, of course, and each one of us have their own boundaries, and which we do need to respect. However, if we meant to work, we work. We meant to have, pleasure, we have it. So it's just, don't judge me by how I look. Don't judge the book by its cover. And I mention it many times here. Give me a chance. Judge what I have inside me. Judge what I have in my brain. How I behave with you. But don't judge me by the look.
And as you mentioned, there sometimes our faith, or even you mentioned earlier, sometimes we can go through difficult things and it can affect our faith. So how can we stay true to our faith, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian? Because sometimes there can be pressure, to fit in, be modern. You don't want to be labeled old-fashioned because you're wearing your hijab. So how can we stay true to our faith?
Just be true to yourself. To be honest, I believe I don't please other people. If I please myself, I feel, and my God, I feel that I'm enough. I don't need other people's validation because I will never be able to please everyone. So if I please myself, please my God, I'm just enough. You accept me, with my own personality. I accept you with who you are and respect each other. And I'm sure the world will be a better place to live.
Yeah. And speaking of being a better world, so your book offers a message of hope and peace. So what do you think we should do, especially in these times when there's war everywhere? We are struggling with different things. So what can we do each day to maintain hope and peace?
Well, there is too many things to do, but let's start with tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tolerate each other. We just do not jump in on whatever we heard in media, we heard in social media as well. No, let's tolerate. Let's spread hope, positivity, and we believe that each one of us can do something good to this humanity. Just do it. Don't wait for opportunities because opportunity is everywhere. Just start, and I'm sure like we said, the calm of the world, things will come to you.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. And so in that space or that tolerance comes nicely into diversity. So why have you been calling out for diversity throughout your career?
Well, I've been through it at work, in the workplace, and outside, where people, they can just give you a look because you wearing a scarf. Now I changed it to a hat, but doesn't mean it's the same person, So why are you not judging me because I'm wearing a hat and you judging me because I'm wearing a scarf? So because they're brainwashed, So I've been through it. I lived it. It impacted my mental health. It impacted my physical health. So, and I know there's a lot of women facing the same issue. That's why I said, okay, I'm here to help these women, and I receive always messages from them. I'm here to help them as much as I can with advice, with workshop, whatever I can deliver. At least I'm here to help. If I help one, I'm sure that person as well can help other one, and the impact will just flow.
When it comes to tolerance and maybe embracing our differences, how can we start that process of building tolerance? I know you mentioned don't judge a book by its cover. What are other things we can do to embrace each other's differences?
Invite other people to us. We are from different cultures, and especially if you live in a neighborhood, I'm sure you won't have the same person from the same country. It will be a multicultural neighborhood. So why not take the initiative, cook something, for example, a plate that represents your country. For example, take in Morocco, it's cook a tagine or a couscous. So, and share it with, start with my neighbor in the right, next time my neighbor on the left. So, and see, so welcoming other people to your own zone, I'm sure that it will have the same impact. Second things that we can do to switch the phone for tolerance is just be able to help. We help. If I'm helping women, doesn't mean that I don't receive messages from Polish women. I receive a message from Romanian women. I'm still helping. I wrote a book about Muslim women, but doesn't mean I'm just for Muslim women. No, I'm expanding my help to everyone. So we're not limiting ourselves. Just no, I'm helping my community. No, I'm for everyone to help here. Yeah, I think those things that's very important as well.
Yeah. And what do you think companies can do? Because sometimes it can appear like it's just a tick box exercise. They're trying to show that they're doing something, but what can companies also do to support their employees in embracing or tolerating each other's differences?
That's good because where I've been before, it's different companies. It's a tick in the box. It's just, and EDI. I keep saying that EDI is a work in progress. Not we've done one workshop, that's it, it's finished here. No, we need to keep practicing and practicing through workshop, through speaking. Employees of the, for example, employee of the quarter. They can see the communities, different communities, and each time one community does something for others to welcome them and talk about their culture, to know each other more. And of course, behavior is very, very important. So we working all together means they need to behave, very good to each other. We're not just giving that look or ignoring. And the corporate world is very political as well. Yeah. So we need, if I don't want it to happen to me, I need to behave in a way that it doesn't happen to other person.
Yeah. And what role do you think leadership plays in creating a healthy and empowering environment, especially for women and marginalized groups, without it being, again, a tick box exercise?
For leadership, to be honest, we need to include more minorities into the decision making, to be honest. And like sometimes we say in corporate, we have all white British in vice president and CEOs, but we don't see other communities having those big roles. And communication from the top to the bottom as well, not from the bottom to the top, but vice versa as well, play a big role as well in EBI within corporate.
And from your experience, or maybe in the conversations you've had, is there a company or companies that are getting it, they're really trying?
To be honest, the one where I faced the issue, I managed to create the Fate Connects, which is a well-known, it's a community within the employee community where we're accepting, inviting people from Fate and non-Fate people to talk about themselves, to talk about their faith or non-faith, and be more tolerant place between employees. So we need to take initiative, not just complain. But what we do about that complaining, take initiative, do something about it, talk about it. They don't like it, report it to your senior manager. He doesn't hear, he doesn't listen to you. So, you have the email of the director, report it as much as they can. And I'm sure someone with some dignity will listen to you.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I think in countries like the UK or the West, that definitely we need to do that. I'm just thinking for someone who is in a country where the HR system is not fully kept to, the law is corrupt, and they feel defeated that if I say something, I'll lose my job, or so they feel like they're defeated, they can't do anything. But you've already said do something. For those kinds of people, what else do you feel they can do where it's just the system?
I'm sure they if they're controlled inside the work, inside the society, they have social media. They can, this is a free space to any person, you can say the bad stuff as well as you can say the good stuff. So be the voice that everyone can hear. You show your face on, you don't show it, just be the voice. You write it, you tweet it, you write it in LinkedIn. If you want to show your face, do a YouTube channel, do videos, reels on Instagram and TikTok. So just do something about it.
Yeah.
Except just keeping it to yourself, because that will destroy you. Exactly. That will destroy your mental health, and we don't want that. Do journaling and publish a journal, and make it free for people to download and read it. Do a blog, talk about something. There is a lot of stuff to be done, except for just keeping it to yourself.
Yeah. And do you feel things are changing? Do you feel the UK is growing to be diverse and inclusive, or have the recent riots that were there, was it last month, are they showing that actually nothing has changed?
Well, to be honest, riots are always there, and there will be always some people, they don't like immigrant people, they don't like minorities, but we live here. We good citizens, we pay our tax, so we contribute into the society, and we choose to live here because, and this is our country as well, even we are originally from different country, means we respect the country, we respect the law, we contribute positively. The dogs come back how long they want, but we're here to do our job.
Amazing. And so from the riots, it's clear like there's a hate that exists. Why do you think that is?
Well, there is too many factors, to be honest, and people, they see sometimes, I can take it from the loser part. Some people, they're losers, they don't want to work, and they said that immigrant taking our job, they're taking our wife, they're taking this and this and that. but they don't see what immigrants contributed to this country. NHS, who works in NHS? You know, a big percentage from people, for immigrant people, who's doing a lot of the job that other people they don't want to do. Immigrant people. So they just want to believe something to reflect the how can I say it? The because
like to
they cannot,
justify, yeah.
yes, they can justify the because they're losers or something. They want to justify themselves through the hate.
Yeah. And so for the young ones who are coming up, what do you think can be done to influence them to see things for reality and not to believe,
To be honest, yeah, don't fall into what is in social media. Be proud of your root, be proud of your origin, be proud of your identity, because your identity that make you different from other people, and carry on doing whatever you do for the best of your life, for the best of your family, and for the best of yourself.
And in all your experiences and your conversations around diversity and inclusion, what have you learned that's positive, whether it's positive or negative, but it surprised you or it's changed the way you think?
Well, sometimes some communities they talking about diversity and inclusion, but they don't apply it within themselves. This is what I've noticed within EDI as well, and I did. To be honest, and I've been into not a workshop, but it was an event where I've been invited to speak, and I've seen that it's just limited to a community. I said, this is not. We're talking about EDI. Why you keeping it just to this community? We need to invite other people outside from the community so they know what we're talking about. They know that we welcome in a diverse community here. So this is the negative things that I can say about EDI in some way. However, EDI, like I said, is work in progress, and we cannot limit it to one community, to one region. It's worldwide impacted.
Yeah. And all these things can affect people's confidence, and that's what you share in the book. So what are some daily habits that we can practice to rebuild our self-confidence when we're living in difficult places or experiencing difficult things like discrimination and things like that?
Educating ourselves. Every day you need to learn, because self-education can take you further to where you are now. And connection, networking with people as well is very important nowadays, and every time always connection. So educate yourself, get connection, and if you believe in something to the heart, carry on doing it.
Amazing. And for maybe a stay-at-home mom may be thinking, oh, I don't work in corporate spaces, so how can I network? What is your advice to
There is loads, there is excuses, there is loads of online network and event mummies, things that the community they're doing. So don't give excuses to yourself. There is, if you look for something you find, I'm sure a lot of events that you can attend either online or offline.
Yeah. And, for women as well, there can be the pressure of taking care of the family. Maybe you come from a particular culture and you're expected to do certain things. What advice do you have for women who are trying to balance their personal growth versus family, career, culture?
It's not easy to life-work balance. It's not easy. Just take it easy on yourself. You're not the super mommy. Don't play the super mommy role, because they will just, to be honest, affect you. Just taking it easy, make priorities in your life, and follow those priorities.
Amazing. And so, what's one message you hope all listeners can walk away with today?
Believe in yourself and always seek to be the best version of yourself.
Amazing. So, where can listeners find your book?
Of course, this book is available on Amazon and all digital stores. They can find Muslim women in Western society.
Excellent. And is there any project that you're working on, or where can people connect with you? Because I'm sure they'll want to connect with you.
Thank you. Well, there is a second book coming out.
Amazing.
And this is about personal branding, because I believe each woman, she's different. Sorry for the dog.
That's okay.
Each woman is different. Each woman have her own touch, and she needs just to, to work on her branding to be unique within her niche. If there is a lot of competition, but if you find your uniqueness, you be on the top. And of course, my door's always open to any woman who wants help, advice, and the book has as well a guide, step-by-step guide for women who want to move to different countries, different culture, what need to be done, and how you need to work on yourself.
Yeah, amazing. So you mentioned you're on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
It's Khadija Maaref.
Yeah.
And also all my social media is Khadija Maaref, and the book is Khadija Maaref. So yeah, welcome.
Excellent. So I'll put in the description your details, and then people can connect with you. Khadija, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. I know everyone has left not just with one thing, two things, a lot of things.
All pleasure is mine, and really I enjoyed each minute of this podcast, and I really appreciate that women can think that we discuss resonate with them, and each woman starts working on herself and discover her journey.
Thank you so much for watching. Tune in again to the next episode of Blocks and Barriers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. It's Tracy, the health coach.